Greg Fleniken. Greg Fleniken was spending the evening of September 15, 2010 in a hotel room at the Elegante Hotel in Beaumont, Texas. Part of his routine was to watch TV while he smoked cigarettes and ate candy bars. Greg corresponded by email with his wife Susie earlier in the evening. The couple had been married, then divorced, and then married again. They had been together for the second time for more than a decade. On the morning of September 16, Susie hadn't heard from Greg. She called his office. He hadn't shown up there either, so a couple of guys from the office went to check on Greg. A manager unlocked the door and found Greg dead on the floor. On the outside of Greg's body, there was little to no evidence of his cause of death. The medical examiner noted a small wound on his scrotum and rug burn on his cheek. When he opened Greg up, it was a very different story. There were tears in his liver, stomach, intestines, and heart. He also had 2 broken ribs. The only conclusion the medical examiner could come to was that Greg had been beaten to death or crushed by a heavy object. The cut on his scrotum must have come from a kick with a steel-toe boot. His manner of death was deemed a homicide. On the night of Greg's murder, a group of electricians were also staying in the hotel while they worked for an oil company. One of those rooms was next door to Greg. The room was registered to Lance Mueller and Tim Steinmetz. One of their visitors was Trent Pisano. Greg's family hired a private investigator. He worked closely with the police. They searched Greg's hotel room again. Then the PI noticed an indentation in the wall. He wondered if there was a matching one in the electrician's room. There was. More interestingly, it had been patched with toothpaste. The 2 holes lined up and marked the trajectory of a bullet. Greg had been shot. It had been almost a year since Greg's death when Tim and Trent were called in to visit with police officers. The 2 men told investigators what had actually happened the night Greg died. The men had been drinking with Lance in his room. Lance pointed a gun at Tim, then Trent. The gun discharged, narrowly missing Trent, and the bullet hit the wall. The next morning, Tim saw Greg being wheeled away on a gurney. He knew Lance had killed him. Tim admitted that none of the men had checked to see if anyone was in the next room and if they were okay. Lance pled no contest to manslaughter in 2012 and was sentenced to 10 years in prison. The judge told him that he was being sentenced for his actions after the gun went off. Chances are, if he had checked on Greg and summoned help, he never would have served a day in jail. Please visit www.ican'tbelieveitsnonfiction.com and don't forget to subscribe.